You alright? You alright? Having a selfie, you alright? Hello, I'm Kunt from Kunt and the gang. I'm just going to be playing some songs from my collection of minor internet hits and also some songs from your new album Blue ROFL. This is my last tour. I've been touring for 13 years on and off, and the world's changed. Yeah, sorry about that. The world's changed a lot in the last 13 years since I started doing this. Please bear in mind, 13 years ago, Jimmy Savile, Rolf Harris and Stuart Hall were much loved national treasures. And 13 years. What? Really? What then? Anyone fiddling with you? Ben? Ian Watkins. Did he fiddle with you? He didn't, did he? I bet you were going, what's wrong with me? And of course, 13 years ago, the internet was kind of not like it is today. There was no Facebook, no Twitter, no YouTube. And so, teabag, seagull and trombone were still nouns. The only thing that's stayed constant in the last 13 years for me is my mode of transport. I've been driving around in my Ford Fiesta that whole fucking time. I've put 185,000 miles on in the last 3 years. So that's why I'm calling it a day now. When I finally finish on November the 5th, I'm going to have my full Fiesta squashed into a cube and I'm going to get myself a proper fucking bloke's car for people with lots of pubes. And this is a song all about that, and this is called Penis Extension. In my full Fiesta, I sometimes feel quite down, because girls never look my way when I'm driving around town. So I'm gonna take a £5 grand loan and buy a second-hand Jag. Then I'll get more attention than a brown man with an Uzi and an ISIS flag. I'll be such a popular guy, let me tell you why. It's just my penis extension, my four-wheel penis extension. Girls know who you are when you get a flash car, but my knob has increased in dimension because of my penis extension. Penis extension. So then when I cruise around, the girls will turn and stare. They'll climb into my flash new car and fondle me down there. I'll get women in the backseat on a fairly regular basis. I'll probably climax on their breasts, or sometimes for a change their faces. There'll be a queue of ladies waiting for me to start ejaculating. It's just my penis extension, my four-wheel penis extension. Of girls who used to get blanked, I'll get notched off and wanked. It's like my knob has increased in dimension because of my penis extension. Penis extension. You might think I'm shallow, but I don't really mind. As you crawl along in your Nissan Micra, I'll be tailgating behind. And when your girlfriend looks my way, then I'll just smile and wink. And I can see her wishing she was in the back of my car, with two in the pink and one in the stink. It's just my penis extension, my four-wheel penis extension. The women who used to hate me will caress and fillet me. Getting more muff was my intention, with the help of my penis extension. I've got my penis extension, my four-wheel penis extension, but I wrapped it round a tree with a lady pleasuring me. I've got a 3-year driving suspension and teeth marks on my erection. Penis extension. Thank you very much. Thank you. So this next one I'm going to do, something else that's been constant in the 13 years is nearly every venue I've visited there has been an unflushed toilet there with a serious fucking movement in it. And normally the venues you go to, if you want a changing room, it's the cubicle or the gents box, so you're fucking stood there in a kind of river of piss on one trainer trying not to get a piss booty with little jobbies floating round you. It's how Mariah Carey started off though, so you know what you're going to do. This is called Bangers and Mash. I was in the pub and I needed a piss. I went to the toilet so I could do this, but someone had stuffed some bog roll in the urinal, and someone else had had a piss there and it was all full. So I thought to myself, that's no problem at all, I'll just relieve myself in the cubicle. Luckily there was no one in there doing a shite, but when I opened the door I saw a terrible sight. For fuck's sake, I only wanted a slash, but the bloke before me left bangers and mash. Bangers and mash, bangers and mash. The bloke before me left bangers and mash. He could have flushed it away, but he didn't today. Thought I'll let someone else find me bangers and mash. I tried to block it from my mind, but I was unable. I wore the toilet paper and a freshly laid cable. And it was fucking massive. Looked like Heather Mills' stump covered in fake tan. A little bit of sweet corn on the end, Ross. I gave it a flush, but it just wouldn't budge. The bowl just filled up with water, toilet paper and fudge. There's a knock on the door, and I think in a flash, the next bloke's gonna think it's me that left the bangers and mash. Honestly, mate, I'll give you my word, that wasn't my bog roll, and that wasn't my turd. Bangers and mash, bangers and mash. The bloke before me left bangers and mash. He could have flushed it away, but he didn't today. Thought I'll let someone else enjoy me bangers and mash. Bangers and mash, bangers and mash. The bloke before me left bangers and mash. He could have flushed it away, but he didn't today. And now the next bloke thinks that I left the bangers and mash. Bangers and mash. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, in the last 13 years, whilst touring around, I've occasionally met an actual celebrity, not at any of my gigs, like when I was sort of in a shop in the daytime. And in Colchester, Asda's, I bumped into a bona fide, proper fucking celebrity. I'm talking Gary Newman. Pretty underwhelming. He came up to me actually, because I think he recognised me off the internet, and he went, "Here, cunt, you're Cunt from Kunt and the gang, ain't you?" And I went, "Yeah, Gary Newman." And he went, "Yeah." And he went, "There, cunt, I've seen it all, I've done it all, I've got the fucking t-shirt, but one thing I've got left on my bucket list, I've got one thing left that I want to achieve in life, because I've had all the hit that people know, and all the others that no one knows." He said, "But I've got one thing I want to achieve. My biggest hit was called Cars." He said, "But nowadays, I'm rich, I'm famous, I've achieved it all, I've got the t-shirt." He said, "I'm not that bothered about cars anymore. I want someone to rewrite it and call it Planes." Because he likes planes nowadays. I said, "Gary," I said, "I'm not that man to do that. I don't care about planes. I go on one once a year to go on holiday." I was a bit miffed when they flew into the Twin Towers. But other than that, I'm fairly ambivalent about planes. And he went, "Oh, well, could we reach an happy medium?" I went, "All right then, Gary, well look, what about I'll rewrite your song, but I'll write it about something I like." And he went, "Well, I suppose that'll do." So I have done that, and I'm going to play it for you now, and this is called Bras. I just can't stop going in charity shops where I take off my top and I try on all the ladies' bras. It thrills me to bits when I get the hit from the second-hand tits that is wafting off those ladies' bras. I love a bra and its straps and lacy bits, cups that smell like tits. Bras, through these bras I'm sifting naughty and uplifting, reputation risking. Bras, I feel so thrilled when I think of the build of the breast that once filled all the cups of these ladies' bras. Some people might frown, but I go to town. I'm naked from the waist down, and on my top half, just ladies' bras. It's how I get my kicks, silk or nylon mix. I just need a fix of bras. Nursing bras are best, the scent of milky breasts, a thrill to be expressed. Bras, I should give it a rest, but it's not the same in a vest, because you can't sense the breasts that have been in all those ladies' bras. But now I have to cease, cause I got done by the police for a breach of the peace, ejaculating into ladies' bras. But bras are still desired, full cup under wide, have to be acquired. Bras always be the case, pattern plain or lace will make me pull this face. Bras. Thank you very much. Thank you. That was a very sexy song. This next one is another very sexy song. So I'd like to get... What's your name?
Charlie.
Charlie. Do you know what? What a coincidence, because I've always wanted to get a lady up on stage like Enrique Iglesias does and sing her a sexy song. I've always wanted to do that, right? I've wanted to do it ever since I used to work at Essex County Council, and the receptionist there was called Charlie, and I used to really fancy her, but I fancied her from afar because I knew I was only on £6.25 an hour, so I wouldn't be able to do anything nice with her. So I always had these fantasies that we'd be able to have an affair on a budget.
She's all about budget, this one.
I really, because normally there's nothing makes for more of an arid fanny than a man who's a cheapskate. That's an old... Well, he's just ploughing all his money into his Rolf Harris tribute act at the moment. So Charlie, I'm going to sing you this sexy song. This is a song about me wanting to have an affair with my receptionist at Essex County Council, right? Because she was called Donna, but for today she's called Charlie, alright? I did lie about the Charlie, but it was too much of a coincidence. And this is called Seedy Affair. My wife doesn't understand me. Your husband is neglecting you. Now I've got a stiffy and you've got a wide on. I'll tell you what we should do. Let's have a seedy affair. Let's have a seedy affair. Let's get a hotel room for the afternoon and shave off each other's pubic hair. Let's go for a lunchtime pizza express. I've got a 2-for-1 voucher for there. And if someone from work says, what are you two up to? I'll say, mind your own business, it's just our seedy affair. My wife doesn't understand me. Your husband is neglecting you. Let's go out of town to a harvester and have a seedy little meal for two. We can play footsie under the table. Imagine how that would feel. You can have as much salad as you want. It's included in the price of your meal. Let's have a seedy affair. Let's have a seedy affair. You can take off your bra in the back of my car, but be careful you don't leave it there. Let's get fish and chips. It works out cheaper if we just get a large portion to share, because the helpings are quite big and I've got my dinner later when I get home from our seedy affair. Come on Charlie, let's me and you will stay late after work. We'll fire up the photocopier. You can stand and watch, I'll sit on it and pull my pants to one side. I'll do you some photocopies of my knackers from underneath. You can fold them up, keep them in your handbag. Look at them while Rolf's at work. I'll blow them up A4 to A3 so you can look at them without having to wear your reading glasses. So shall I make a pass at you, or are you going to make a pass at me? Should I call you over to my workstation and have a pornographic picture on my PC? What if I make the first move and you don't approve? I don't think I could stand the rejection. I've been thinking of our seedy affair so long. I've got blue balls and an erection. Let's have a seedy affair. Let's have a seedy affair. And lay under a blanket, you get my cock out and wank it until it goes off in your hair. Let's get a picnic lunch from Tesco Express. They've got a meal deal on sandwiches there. Choose a sandwich and crisps and from selected soft drinks. Put the Red Bull back, it's not in the deal. To toast our seedy affair. Thank you very much. Charlie! I did warn you, it's a very sexy song. She's going to need to slip a Sanny in now. I get him in your fucking sidecar. Do you know, I would, but not with you like this in the corner. Just throw me off my stroke, sorry. So this next one is about someone who I've been wanting to have a seedy affair with since the mid-80s. Since I was a teenage boy and I first got spunk in my ball bags. And this is called Carol Vorderman. Carol's really beautiful and very good at sums. I'd like to put my willy in a nunny or a bum. She always gets the numbers right, she's got me into maths. I'll take away her pants and add my Corey to a gash. Oh Carol, when I see you on the countdown, I have to put my pants down and pop a finger in my brow. When she multiplies, I unzip my flies. Then when she divides, I put my hand inside. And then when she adds, pop out my knob and nads. Then when she subtracts, I perform a sexual act. Carol's really glamorous, she wears the latest stuff. She fit for 40 something and I want to doink her up. She tells you the target, but it's my goal. 2 and 8 divide a flatten the square root of a hole. Oh Carol, when I see you on the countdown, I have to pull my pants down and pop a finger in my brow. Oh Carol, when I see you on the countdown, I have to pull my pants down and pop a finger in my brow. I've loved Carol Vorderman since 1985. I sometimes like to lurk around the bottom of her drive. I sometimes like to follow her when she goes to the shops. I sometimes open up her drains and examine her props. I met her once and told her that I was her biggest fan. She saw me an autograph and put it in my hand. But at the point I felt a little throbbing in my gland. I realised I was ejaculating in my pants. Over Carol Vorderman, Carol Vorderman, Carol, Carol, Carol Vorderman, Carol Vorderman, Carol Vorderman, Carol, Carol, Vorderman. Sorry Ross, I lost control there, a bit like Michael Barrymore used to. Fancy a swim? It's Ross, we'll sing Ross happy birthday because it's Ross's birthday. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Ross, happy birthday to you. Give him a round of applause, you old cunt. He don't want to make a big thing about it though. So this next song I'll move on, Ross, alright? I won't draw any more attention to you now. Now, Ross, this next song I'm going to do, a lot of people have said to me, Kunt, you perfectly documented something that goes on every day on British building sites. This was never the way I planned, not my intention. I was labouring on a building site, doing an extension. It's not what I'm used to. I just needed the cash in hand. I lost a bet with Dave the bricklayer, and as a forfeit I had to suck his gland. I sucked off a bloke, I didn't like it, the taste of his cheesy dipstick. I sucked off a bloke, can't deny it. I knew I should have took that job at Quick. It felt so wrong, now it seems strangely apt, when everyone stood in a circle and clapped. I sucked off a bloke, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And so the next day back on site, lots of banter followed. How was I supposed to know? I didn't have to swallow. It's not what proper blokes do, not how they should behave. I can't show my face down the pub since I noshed off that bricky Dave. I sucked off a bloke, I didn't like it, the feel of his veiny fuckstick. I sucked off a bloke, can't deny it, cause someone Facebooked a photo of it. It felt so wack, it took so long. Do you think that I was doing it wrong? I sucked off a bloke, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Us blokes, we don't do things by half, and on site they like to have a laugh. And sometimes someone gets sucked off, and someone films it on their mobile phone. Ain't no big deal, but don't show his wife. She's bound to take it out of context. I sucked off a bloke, I didn't like it. It didn't help he hadn't washed his helmet. I sucked off a bloke, can't deny it. It tasted like a bag of Watsits. It felt so wrong, it tasted so rank. I wish that I'd just give him a wank. I sucked off a bloke, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I fucking didn't. Thank you very much. Thank you, that was quite a happy song. This next one is very much the other end of the spectrum. This is a very sad song, but it's something I felt needed to be said. And this song starts off at my friend's mum's funeral. I'm going to play it for you now.
You do 12 Days of Christmas.
Yeah, that's nice and relevant, isn't it? Cheers for that. Fuck's sake, honestly. It was my mate Jim's mum's funeral, and I wanted to attend, so he knew that I was there for him in this tough time for my friend. The service was quite beautiful, and as we looked at the flowers outside, I put my arm round my old mate as he read the cards and cried. Then a butterfly landed on a flower. My friend took comfort in the sight. He said it was as if somehow his mum was telling him she was alright. I was quite moved by his words, but I couldn't let it pass. So I said to him, oh fuck off Jim, you're talking out your arse. It's just a fucking butterfly. A butterfly, a butterfly. It's not your mum, it's a butterfly. It's no more than a beautiful moth. It's just a fucking butterfly. A butterfly, a butterfly. If you're seriously telling me that's your mum, then you can fuck right off. Cause there's a worm and there's a slug, there's a load of ants and a little bug, and you haven't said that they're your mum, so get this in your head. There's no such thing as angels, fairies, Saviour Jesus and Hail Marys. It's all made up to try and make you feel better, cause when you're dead, you're dead. Now stop being such a big fucking baby and let's go for a pint. Thank you very much. Thank you. That was one from my new album Blue ROFL, and this next one is one from my 2014 album Jack's iTunes. And this... Thank you. Or as it's called in Japan, iTunes. So I had a Japanese man come up to me and tell me I'll put some Japanese writing on the cover, and he said to me, "Kunt, do you know that says wee hole songs?" Google Translate, don't fucking trust it. Don't never trust it for a tattoo. You'll want like peace, love and happiness, and it'll be like chicken chow mein. So this next one I'm going to do for you, this is a song off Jack's iTunes, and this is a song about the kind of quite a more reflective side of the entertainment industry and the kind of things that go on in a cheap hotel after a gig to kind of just to get you through the time. That's him, that's the lonely wanker. People think it's a glamorous life, touring with your songs, but after the gig everyone goes home and the nights can seem so long. The pretty girls have all got boyfriends and they all go home to have it off, and I'm left alone in a chain hotel trying to imagine them having it off, but it's then there's no way I can dodge. A lonely wank in a travel lodge. 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 So lonely, but a little bit sexy. I start to think of all the lonely salesmen who wanked here before me. They didn't want to pay 10 quid for Wi-Fi, so they just used their 3G. When I'm finished I'll fill up the tiny little kettle and I'll make a cup of tea. The batteries are held in with electrical tape on the remote for the TV. Sometimes I do it in front of the mirror just to feel like there's someone else there, but all I see is my crying self wanking back at me in despair. The pretty girls have all gone home with all the handsome boys. I just spent 2 quid in the vending machine on a bag of steak McCoys. Now some juice from my nuts on this lodge, hire the medium off. A lonely wank in a travel lodge. 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 Thank you very much. I did hear there were some hard times in Ipswich, but in Norwich they threw me a whole pack.
That's a city!
What will I get if I go to like a big city, like a multi-pack? Fuck me. Right, so this next one, I haven't done this at every gig because it has gone down quite badly at some gigs, but I figure, you know, in a city where prostitutes regularly get murdered, this is probably quite a broad-minded outlook on things. It's not the 1980s anymore. Come on, get with the fucking game. We kill people we know now. Right. We lure them off the internet now. So this next one I'm going to do. Here's another new one, and this is called Lovely Jubbly. Normal girls are such miseries, they do nothing for me. But the other day I saw this lady and my heart just filled with glee. She was sat there in her wheelchair, parked up outside the shops. She was eating a cornetto, she had all ice cream round her chops. Her carer was queued up in Greggs buying warmed up pastries or a cake. So I went up and I said hello. She smiled at me, so I released her brake. Now to this day I cannot say whether or not I should have wheeled her away, but I fell in love with a jubbly jubbly. That's when I fell in love with a jubbly girl. Her personality was bubbly bubbly. That's why I fell in love with a jubbly girl. And that's why I love my lovely jubbly girl. I wheeled her round to the Asda car park and I managed to get her in the back of my car. I'm not sure she really knew what we were doing, but I quite enjoyed it, so there you are. She's in a wheelchair, but the only reason I'd stare is at her hair down there. I fell in love with a lovely jubbly. That's when I fell in love with a jubbly girl. Her bikini line was stubbly stubbly. That's why I fell in love with a jubbly girl. And that's why I love my lovely jubbly girl. I'm not the kind of bloke to kiss and tell. It's between us what went on that day. But I was careful and I used protection so they couldn't swab a diaper for my DNA. There'll always be a place for her in my heart, but I wheeled her back before a search could start. I fell in love with a jubbly jubbly. That's when I fell in love with a jubbly girl. I didn't want to get in troubly troubly, and that's why I left my lovely jubbly girl. But I'll always love my lovely jubbly girl. Thank you very much. Now we've got one song left before the end of the first half, and but then we'll have a little break and we'll be back for the second half. Now I do want to warn anyone of a particularly sensitive nature. I've put all the nice songs in the first half, and the second half is fucking horrible. In the half-time break, if anyone fancies, I've got some CDs there, a £5 a pop, including my new album Blue ROFL and various other albums. I've got some t-shirts there, £10 a pop, my Kunt Nike tick one, the Top Cunt one, and me Kentucky Fried Chicken one that says Cunt finger sniffing good since 2003. It works on a couple of levels. It's good for anyone that likes KFC, because I've nicked the logo, and it's good for anyone that doesn't like KFC because I've nicked their logo. I'm not going to give them any money for it. Fuck the Colonel. So no Colonel of me. So this also there's some badges there, some really smashing badges. One for the vegetarians. Corn is made from missing kids. You think they'd warn you? Put Maddie on the packet or something. So there's also one for the party goers, all back to Barrymore's. That's where we're going after, Ross, isn't it? Bit of fisting by the pool. So I'm going to leave you with this one. I'd like to welcome my new chum, Boise. Back up to the stage now. When I pack it all in, I'm going to try and sell Boise the Cunt franchise, alright? So Boise will be touring around playing my minor internet hits for me, and we're going to do a duet now of my first ever song, Use My Arsehole as a Cunt. Record deal, but I was too rude. I tried approaching companies, but they did not approve. Until I met this one guy, a corrupt A&R man. He said, "Cunt, I will sign you, but you have to understand. I want to utilise your bum as somewhere I can put my fingers and my hands. my toes and then my foot, my penis and testes, my tongue and then my head. I mould it over carefully, and this is what I said. Go on then, just this once, use my arsehole as a gun. Use my arse, use my arse, use my arsehole, use my arse. Go on then, just this once, use my arsehole as a gun. Use my arse, use my arse, use my arsehole, use my arse. Started feeling guilty, boys say. I started feeling itchy around my bumhole. I started feeling achy around my underneath. I realised he'd used my bum without using a sheath. So I went to the doctors because my bum was sore. I needed my bum sorted out because me and Boycie was due on tour. The doctor took a look at it. He said it looks quite raw. It looks itchy and flaky, but I just can't be sure. I'll need to use your bum myself if I'm to find a cure. Go on then, just this once, use my arsehole as a gun. Use my arse, use my arse, use my arsehole, use my arse. Go on then, just this once, use my arsehole as a gun. Use my arse, use my arse, use my arsehole, use my arse. Come on boys, so you know what to do. Penetrate me, make me feel like Stephen Gately. It's quite gentle for a big man. Oh, you'll end up with my shit around your brim. Go on then, just this once, use my arsehole as a gun. Use my arse, use my arse, use my arsehole, use my arse. Go on then, just this once, use my arsehole as a gun. Use my arse, use my arse, use my arsehole, use my arsehole as a cunt. Thank you. Give it up for Boycie! Right, go and get a beer, have a fag, ladies, stick in the tammy, slap on the sandy and see you in 15 minutes. Hello, welcome back to the second half. Now, just want to check everyone, if everyone's ready. I'm just going to see you ready. Ross, you look fucking terrible, mate. What happened in the half-time break? Oh, there he is, fucking hell. So, I'm going to start off the second half with a brand new song now. I was sat there having my lunch the other day, and I like to write songs about issues, you know, like issues that affect people, not just at home but abroad. And I was sat here listening to the radio the other day over lunch, and on Jeremy Vine's show on radio, he fucking bores the fucking tits off me. I don't know why I had it on, but he was on there, and he started talking about female genital mutilation, which no one's ever done before. No one's ever done that before. I think if you had it done to you, you wouldn't be going wee. I think you'd be going So yeah, Jeremy Vine started talking about female genital mutilation. Apparently it's a problem that affects a lot of people in Africa. So I wanted to write a song about it. Shortly after I spat out my ham sandwich, I wanted to write a song about it. And I have done, and I've done it in such a style that I think it will appeal to people in Africa and hopefully get the message across that we've just got to stop it. And this is called the FGM Calypso. Mate, you stood right in front of the fucking speakers, blocking all the noise. In Africa, a problem abound that cause discomfort and some frustration. With knives and fannies, people keep fannying around. It's called female genital mutilation. Whoa, FGM, FGM, fannies are fine as they are, so why mutilate them? Just vintage is designing a bird's furry cup. There's no need to cut bits off or sew anything up. When the Africans come to live in the UK, me not saying they should give all their culture away. See, I'm a big fan of Desmond's, Bob Marley and ska, but not the kind of ska they leave on a lady's cha-cha. Whoa, FGM, FGM fannies are fine as they are, so why mutilate them? They're a great source of pleasure. Have you forgotten? So please remove your knife from that lady's front bottom. Don't cut her front bum. Just leave it alone. Sometimes me look up at the clouds and me think that Jah must not be that proud of some of the things man do in his name, like murder and fraudulent insurance claim. But one thing that must make him really vexed is when a man take a blade to a lady's sex. Who him think he is to alter Jah's design? Cause missing plenty of fannies and they all look fine. Whoa, FGM. FGM fannies are fine as they are, so why mutilate them? Don't use your Stanley knife to cut off some bird's clit, cause you'll ruin a punani, and me like that bit. Whoa, FGM. FGM fannies are fine as they are, so why mutilate them? I'll go out on a limb and say I've never cut a quim unless it had big beefy flaps, then perhaps just a trim. Thank you very much, thank you. Thank you. I'm just going to get a little friend of mine out. Now, in case anyone's turned up here by mistake this afternoon, the reason I've got this small effigy of the world's worst paedophile ever is because he visited me in my dreams a couple of years ago. And then I woke up and he was actually there in the room, and he said to me, "Cunt," he said, "I want you to write a song telling my side of the story." And I didn't want to do it, and I still don't fucking want to do it. I hate singing this song. It's a fucking horrible, hate-filled, terrible, horrible fucking song. But he keeps turning up in my bedroom and making me do it. And as you can imagine, in death as in life, he's very persistent. Just going to get on and play the song. It's only a minute and a half long. We can all get through it together. The other night I suddenly awoke to the spectral shape of this ghostly bloke. He was floating above me, just there in mid-air. He had a shell suit on and a mop of blonde hair. He said,
"Kunt, it's Sir Jimmy. I've returned from the grave to attempt with your help my reputation to save."
He said,
now then, can you write me a song to explain what's happened with those girls in my dome?"
I said, "I'm not sure. I'd have to hear that explanation in case people think I'm a pedo by association." And this is what he told me. It was sexy kids, made Jimmy Savile do what he did. Those kids weren't consenting, his shell suit bottoms were tenting with his feelings for the sexy kids.
Now then, how's about that then?
So Jimmy's ghost continued to maintain he'd done nothing wrong, and he tried to explain he had a cigar on his lips, and by that I don't mean that he was desperate to use a latrine. He said,
"All my good work will now be forgot because of my penchant for underage mops."
He said,
"Surely those marathons and charity races offset my spunking on teenagers' faces."
I said I'd write the song to get rid of his ghost, but then he told me one more time what bothered him most. It was sexy kids, made Jimmy Savile do what he did. He got them in his rolls and fingered their holes, then gave charity a load of quids. Jimmy Savile and the sexy kids.
Marvellous, marvellous, just don't tell your mother.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to turn that around a little bit, right? Now, ultimately, you know, there's a lot of different people in the world, but we have all got something in common. Do you know your nails keep growing after you die, and your hair keeps growing too? Then the worms come along and they eat your eyes, and that's the end of you. There's no point crying or moping around, cause the one thing we all share is in 80 years will be an untended grave with a rotted corpse down there. Cause you're going to die, you're going to die. I don't know how or when or why, but you're going to die. All I know is your life will end, my friend, and the worms will start eating your eyes. Then you'll fade out of people's memories quite shortly after you die. You might die in a lonely alley, you might die in a public place, in the middle of town with a crowd gathered round, watching the blood drain from your lifeless face. You might burn to death in the wreck of a car, you might die from a blow to the head. You might drown on a negligent ferry, you might get murdered in your bed, but you're going to die. You're going to die. Who's fired? It fucking stinks. I don't know how or when or why, but you're going to die. You can feel your face full of Botox and fillers, but the truth is you're living a lie. Cause when you die, all there is blackness and nothing, because you're going to die. You might get cancer grow inside your bones, you might die in your flat all alone. They'll find you as a skeleton still holding a cup, in an armchair with your Christmas decorations still up. You might die at the hands of an angel of death, like Beverly Allen or Dr. Shipman. But it's far more likely, statistics say, you'll just die in your kit, man. You might die like Michael Hutchins, cause the wank's no longer enough. And you might die like poor Jay Goody, with a tumour up your hairy mouth. You might get shot on your doorstep like Jill Dando, and they never find the proof. Or you might die like Rob Hull and Emu, falling off a roof. But you're going to die. You're going to die. I don't know how or when or why, but you're going to die. You might believe in God and heaven, but there's no one up there in the sky. Cause when you croak, all there is blackness and nothing, because you're going to die. Oh fuck, and so am I. Thank you very much. That was not the most cheerful song, but luckily the next one is doubly cheerful, just to bring up the overall average. Now this is a song that my granddad gave me when I was a little boy. He sat me on his knee and he said to me, "Cunt," he said, "I'm going to give you a word to use all through life for when something small goes wrong. And that word is fuck sticks." So what I'd like to do here, I'd like to give you a bit of fuck sticks and you all give me a bit of fuck sticks back. Are we in? Right, let's give it a go. Fuck sticks! Fuck sticks! Right, that was quite good, but that was more like a Colchester fuck sticks. Don't you dare fucking boo me. You have a pull on a rubber glove and have a little look inside yourselves about that, alright? Let's give it another go. Let's do an Ipswich. Oh, are you? Well, you're probably to blame then. Well, you're Ipswich now, so let's dismember her, put her in a suitcase and sling her in a fucking lay-by, right? Now come on, I'm going to give you a bit of fuck sticks, give me another bit of fuck sticks back. Fuck sticks! Fuck sticks! Right, that is more like it. That's more like it. Mr. Premature over there on the next bit. Ladies, don't let him near your bomb doors, he won't get it past the edge and it'll be... Right, so that is the next bit. My granddad gave me another phrase to use on that day for when something slightly worse than a fuck sticks moment happens, and that is the phrase... Mother's cunt! Right, so what I want to do, I'll give you a bit of fuck sticks and you all give me a bit of mother's cunt back, alright? Let's give it a go. Fuck sticks! Mother's cunt! Fuck sticks! Mother's cunt! Fuck sticks! Mother's cunt! That's the kind of thing. Fuck sticks! Mother's cunt! Fuck sticks! Mother's cunt! Mother's cunt! Fuck it. That's what happens when you have a joint mid-afternoon and there's a bit of a time delay. Right, okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the fuck sticks and the mother's cunts. If you can use them in all the proper places in this next song, you can use them all the way through the next song. And this one's called Fuck Sticks. a word he used when things went wrong. To introduce this word to you, I'll put it in a song. So every time this word gets used, his memory lives on. I'm about to tell you what it is so you can sing along. And then wouldn't let him touch a furry pie. And he got some shrapnel lodged in his chap's eye. And a German sniper shot him in the cock. And he found a lump on his left bollock. And me nan died and she left him all alone. When he let a bogus caller in his own. When the first black people moved into his street. When arthritis meant he couldn't beat his meat. Fuck sticks, mother's cunt. Fuck sticks. Right, I'm impressed with that, so I'm going to do my little cockney and ease up that I do all on my own. Just like Chaz with the Dave's funeral. Fuck sticks, mother's cunt. So every time I hear the word I start to reminisce. I suddenly taste Werther's and get a faint whiff of piss. So when someone annoys me or things get on my pip, I'll think of the moany racist old cunt and really let it rip. And I miss an open goal in five-a-side. And I lost my honours after Nana died. When the teachers told me that I was no good. And the old Bill caught me wanking in the wood. When I'm having it off and I think of my old man. When little cuntly skid marks down the pan. When some motherfucker pushes in a queue. When you get caught short and really need a poo. When I came a tumbling off my BMX. When I split my frenulum while having sex. When some smart-ass bastard gives me my comeuppance. When it's ages since I've seen a lady's tuppence. When there's no clean pants you have to wear your mum's. When Charlie won't let me fuck her up the bum. When you feel awkward and you don't know what to say. If you say fuck sticks, fuck sticks, fuck sticks, it makes everything okay. Fuck sticks, mother's cunt. Fuck sticks. Thank you very much. Top work. Oh, that's alright. I'll trouble you, I'll have to put a finger in each side to get any purchase. Topic's ruined it. So this next one I'm going to do now, over the years I've been touring around the country, I've been asked one question more than any other question. This question's come back to haunt me. Every single tour guide, people ask me the same question. And that question is, cunt, what is it you find so attractive about your paperboy? Do you know, if I'd have known this song was going to be that popular, I'd never have fucking done it. So this is a song called Paperboy, and I'd like to dedicate it to my paperboy. Boys, are you a paperboy? I'm going to tell you a little story about my paperboy. 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 It's not a very happy one, won't bring you joy, but bring you joy, but bring you joy. My paperboy looks just like this girl who I used to fancy at school. I never plucked up the courage to ask her out, cause she was always a bit too cool. But now I'm older and more confident, I'm going to turn back the clock by tricking my paperboy into my shed and introducing him to some soft pornography. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Paperboy, paperboy. I never thought that I would rape a boy till he came along. Now I'm singing this song about raping a paperboy. Paperboy, paperboy. I never thought that I would rape a boy till he came along. Now I'm singing this song about raping a paperboy. He delivers the local news on a Thursday afternoon. I hear him whistling down the path, but he won't be so cheerful soon. His family will be on the TV news, putting out a tearful plea. he isn't dead, he's trapped in my shed, crying and waiting for me. Dressed in a girl's school uniform. 1, 2, you gotta sing along now. Paper boy, paper boy, I never thought that I'm a paper boy, till he came along. Now I'm singing this song about raping a paper boy. Everybody now, paper boy, paper boy, I never thought that I'm a paper boy, till he came along. Now I'm singing this song about raping a paper boy. Of course I haven't raped my paper boy, that's as twisted as you could get. I've restricted myself to having a wank watching him from behind my net. I know some blokes will hear this song and try and give me a fight, but last week he turned 16, so legally that's alright. 1, 2, at least I'm not a pedo. Paper boy, paper boy, I never thought that I'm a paper boy, till he came along. Now I'm singing this song about raping a paper boy. One last time now. Paper boy, paper boy, of course I've never really raped a boy. I know that he's wrong, I'm just singing a song about raping and raping till his arsehole's gaping. Raping a paper boy. Thank you very much. Now I normally try and play a nice one after that to counterbalance it, but I haven't got any left, so it's another horrible one. Now, year before last I got my girlfriend pregnant and I went through a lot of conflicting emotions, and so I wanted to just write a song to kind of get all my feelings down on paper, and I did, and I'm going to play it for you now, and this is called The Abortion Song. I will say this song is fucking horrible. It's really, really horrible. It's an horrible, horrible song, but I've put it to a really cheerful melody, alright? So it makes it really nice. My girlfriend fell pregnant because we didn't take precautions, but she won't entertain the thought of having abortion. Look at me, I'm in no state for bringing up a kid. So what do I have to do to persuade her to get rid? Oh, do I run her knob off, chuck her down the stairs, stick a knitting needle up her when she's unawares, make her drink some gin, kick her in the quim, leave a load of marbles on the floor and I'm not in. I can't let this situation beat us. I've got to get rid of that fetus. That fetus. Now she knows I'm up to something, she's taking extra care. She's gone all paranoid and won't let me touch her down there. If I'm honest, I think I know what she's concerned about. Is I'll sneak a coat hanger up her joof and hook the fetus out. Or I could run her knob off, chuck her down the stairs, stick a knitting needle up her when she's unawares, smack her in the bum, keep making her jump, try and convince her it'll be one with a stump. I can't let this situation beat us. I've got to get rid of that fetus. I won't let this embryo defeat us. I've got to get rid of that fetus. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now obviously I don't mean that, I'm only mucking around. I just write all those songs to appear to be more of a bastard than I actually am, just so the women find it attractive. And this is a song all about that, and it's called Women Love a Bastard. When I was a young boy, this kid knew he pulled the wings off of daddy long legs and little The girls all flocked around him just to see the skill he'd mastered. When I asked him why girls liked him, he said, women love a bastard. So when I grew up, I must admit that once or twice I went out with girlfriends and I tried to treat them nice. Every time I did that, it just ended in disaster. Then I remembered Neil's advice that women love a bastard. Bastard, bastard, women love a bastard. Bastard, bastard, women love a bastard. I quicken up my pelvic thrust so I can climax faster. Then I have a fag and fall asleep cause women love a bastard. So when I met my current bird, I had to hatch a plan to attempt to be a bigger bastard of a man. She cooked a meal for Valentine's, I tried to play it cool. I took one mouthful, spat it out, then threw it up the wall. When she posted a Facebook status, I never once clicked like. On that cycle ride for charity, I pushed her off her bike. I left her in the hospital with a leg in plaster while I went round and fucked her mum, cause women love a bastard. Bastard, bastard, women love a bastard. Bastard, bastard, women love a bastard. She broke down in church and ended up asking the pastor why I did it. He replied, cause women love a bastard. I bought her a 99 from that ice cream place. Then when she went to take a lick, I smashed it in her face. She's got an am with Alzheimer's who's not allowed out. I left her in her underwear on Benfleet roundabout. Then when she did that fun run to raise money for the hospice, I went round, got a toothbrush and I stuck it in some dog's mess. I rinsed it off with water before she went to bed. As she brushed her teeth, I texted her and this is what it said. Dog shit, you brushed your teeth with dog shit. Dog shit, you brushed your teeth with dog shit. I never come straight home from work, I stay out and get plastered. I do it just to turn her on, cause women love a bastard. I super glued her eyes open and I must concede I made her watch a sequel to The Human Centipede. I took her away from all her friends and got her hooked on crack. Then I forced her to go on the game so she could pay me back. But it all backfired on me and she walked out today to go live in a refuge where abused women stay. So now I sit outside her window with a ghetto blaster and play Slipknot till 4 AM cause women love a bastard. Bastard, bastard, women love a bastard. Bastard, bastard, women love a bastard. If you ask me why I did it, all your query would be answered. I was only trying to make her moist cause women love a bastard. I was only trying to make her moist to get her finger blasted. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now sadly we have come to the last song. Don't you dare boo this, was free you fucking cheapskate cunts. We've come to the... I do believe that. I do fucking believe that. I'm going to go home, my girlfriend's going to smell me fingers, isn't she? She'll think I've had a bag of scampy fries. Then she'll find the little croutons of fanny batter around my helmet and know that I've been unfaithful. So this one I'm going to leave you. We want to thank you all for coming out. Nice one. Thank you to the people that come to see us for the first time tonight, but a special thanks to the repeat offenders that have come back time and time again. When I played at the Royal Open and here and wherever I played in Ipswich. So, and special thank, can we have a round of applause for Boise? Because what you don't know was there was no fucking PA here because the punk band, one of the band's dad split his head open, so they fucked off and took their PA with them. So there was going to be no gig, but Boise went all the way back home and got his PA. He went all the way back home across the road and got his PA for us. Bless him. Yeah, alright, don't fucking milk it. So, again, if you find yourself with a fiver burning hole in your pocket, please do consider buying one of my CDs. When my tour's open, I've still probably got 8,000 holding doors open around my mum's. CDs are £5 and t-shirts are £10. If anyone wants a selfie, come and see us. But listen, if you want a selfie and you ask me for a selfie, that means you take the photo yourself. So people come up all the time and go, can I have a selfie? Then they give the phone to their mate. And you're like, it's not a selfie, is it? It's a someone else's. Or as I like to call it, a normal fucking photo. So just know what you're asking for. So up here, save me fucking sitting back down and getting back up again. I'll do one. Alright then, I'll do that. Well, I'll do one more for you now. Can I just? Don't fucking push your luck. Can I just check? Who voted to leave? Hey, give me a cheer. Who voted to leave? And right, I don't want a big argument about it. Who voted to remain? See, I voted to leave, but I thought it meant leave things as they are. So these are the cunts that started all that fucking business off, and this is called That's Why I'm Voting UKIP. China, that a lady's vagina goes from side to side, not back to front. And did you know in Jamaica, ladies have a cloaca? That means a bum and fanny all in one. Did you know in Paraguay, they stretch girls' furry pie and insert a big ceramic cup? And did you know in Senegal, birds have got no queer at all? They cut their clip box off and sew it up. The thing I really fear is what if they come over here, all them foreign fannies in our own backyard. I'm gonna go in my garage with a picture of Nigel Farage and make myself a big purple placard. Cause that's why I'm voting UKIP, don't think me unhinged. That's why I'm voting UKIP, to save the British minge. That's why I'm voting UKIP, my message is succinct. Don't let the great British minge become extinct. Don't let the great British minge become extinct. God save our gracious minge, long live our noble minge. Nigel, help us save the British minge. Send it victorious, hairy and glorious. Nigel, help us save the British minge. Did you know in Saudi Arabia, no one's seen a lady's labia, cause they have to do their business in the dark? And in Papua New Guinea, did you know a lady's mini has got a set of teeth just like a shark? And did you know that in Iraq, a lady's crack emits a bit of discharge like crude oil? And did you know in Bulgaria, ladies' fannies are hairier than anywhere in the world except Susan Boyle? The main parties don't go far enough to protect the British muff. The only way to stop it is to vote. I considered the BNP, but they're too far right for me. They want to put Thatcher's fuck flaps on the banknote. That's why I'm voting UKIP, don't think me unhinged. That's why I'm voting UKIP, to save the British minge. That's why I'm voting UKIP, come on join the hunt. You gotta love Nigel Farage cause he's a proper British cunt. Thank you very much. That's a fucking lot, thank you very much, I'll see you later.